Hey guys, this is Brandon's Baseball Vlogs. Me and my friend Randy are going to talk about the whole Wander Franco situation because we heard his trial was postponed and he got another charge. I'm not going to get fully into what he was charged for, but we all know what has happened with Wander Franco. My opinion is he's a piece of crap, and he was one of my favorite players before any of this happened, and literally Wander Franco literally lost my respect, and I'll never get any of his merch. And he was on a Hall of Fame track. He was on track to having a Hall of Fame career, and Wander Franco ruined his career. He's the same age as me. He's 23 years old, and literally he ruined his career, basically, and literally it's like, what the heck, dude? You ruined your career, and you ruined your chance of being a Hall of Famer, and my friend Randy and I are going to discuss it. Here's my friend Randy. Here's my friend Randy to discuss the whole Wander Franco situation.
Hey, how's it going? So basically, he's racking up charges after charges after charges.
The gun charge and all the other ones that we're not going to get fully involved.
It's like he's not learning his freaking consequences. What's going on?
Means he could face up to 44, 50 years in jail.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You're how old and you're racking up charges?
He's 23, almost 24.
Dude, get a fucking life, man. You're fucking 23, about to be 24, and you get a rot in fucking jail.
And he was the top number one prospect in baseball, and he was doing great. And he got married, had a kid, and literally his wife, I heard, was pregnant again. And literally when this Wander Franco, I already said he was the top prospect in baseball. He was like the top number one, and literally the Rays gave him a lot of money. They paid him over 11 years, $178 million. And literally, I think the money got to his head. And literally, he was on track to having a Hall of Fame career. And then, boom, all this comes out. What's your thought on that?
Insane.
The Rays haven't been able to give anybody else money since the whole Wander Franco situation. Do you think the Rays are afraid to give that amount of money to a player since the whole Wander Franco thing came out?
I don't blame them to be afraid for that because, to be honest, like, I wouldn't want to give someone that freaking contract ever again because they put him as a prospect. And then they feel like if they do that again, they're going to have the same situation with Wander Franco. So, like, I don't blame them to not do that ever again.
And he was on track to having a Hall of Fame career. He passed Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle record for the longest hitting streak and on-base streak as a rookie.
It's insane.
And what do you think of everything that's came out about him?
It's just a disgrace of a father, a disgrace of a husband, and a disgrace of a human being, and even a player of the Tampa Bay Rays, just to do such things. And you're getting paid millions to be a role model.
Yeah. And also, I heard they did say the player that usually caused the fights in arguments in the parking lot was Wander Franco.
I wouldn't even doubt it was him.
And apparently other players are now saying, stay away from our families.
Yeah.
And apparently he's still in the Dominican Republic.
They should have just kept him in the States and just prosecute him in the States.
They're prosecuting him both in the Dominican Republic and in the United States, I heard.
So why is he in the Dominican Republic if he's getting prosecuted in both? He should stay in.
Because all the allegations and the other evidence came from the Dominican Republic, and it happened there, and then some of the other stuff happened in the United States.
It's insane.
Yeah. And what do you think of Just like the Rays haven't been able to find a player since Wander Franco
It's just insane.
that has that kind of good offense and good defense. Yeah. And literally, the Rays are now finding some good players, but they're much better. And I've heard everyone loves them, and there hasn't been anything bad about them since they lost Wander Franco.
That's their mistake.
And ever since then, every time they try to ask Kevin Cash or them about Wander Franco, literally they do this. They just say this. They what do you call it? Every time they try bringing up Wander Franco's name, Kevin Cash says, "I'm not going to talk about that."
Because he doesn't like the fact with the stuff he did.
He is the manager of the Rays.
Yeah.
And what do you think of in general of like the about the Rays putting him on the restricted list, and apparently he's still getting paid, or he's not getting paid, I think.
I feel like it's stupid enough that they're worried about getting him paid and shit.
Yeah. What else?
And I feel like it's stupid that they allowed him to stay on the team when he's doing dumb shit.
That's true. And what is your thought about how the Rays have overcome everything that's happened, and they've become an okay team, but they've gotten better players since then?
I mean, they got better players because they didn't need Wander Franco because the dumb shit he did. And he just ruined that for himself.
And how do you think, and what about the fans and everything?
I mean, the fans will get over it.
True, but also the fans were in love with Wander Franco, his offense and defense, and his speed. He hasn't played in the big leagues since 2023 when he had a .300 batting average, 18 home runs, 80 RBIs, and 30 stolen bases.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, he had a good record, but he just really messed up his life.
True. Great. Robocall, bud. What do you think of the just like how the Rays have gotten better players, pitchers, and better overall leaders and everything on their team?
I mean, they needed the players more than ever.
Because
they had to replace Wander Franco.
Yeah, and a lot of teams need veteran leadership. And what do you think of this? That Tyler O'Neill, who joined the Baltimore Orioles, said on MLB Network today, I'm going to release his video, check it out today, that Tyler O'Neill said this about the Orioles and about teams. He said you got to have veteran leadership, and he says you got to eat healthy, but also you got to do this. You got to be a better role model for the kids because that's what you play baseball for.
See, he's not wrong on that.
What's your thought about it?
I agree with him.
And he signed a 3-year, $49.9 million contract with the Baltimore Orioles early last year, right before Soto signed. And Soto said, "Oh, I feel at home. I feel playing at Citi Field like at home." And he says New York City is the best city to play in.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
I feel like he's not home. He's just saying that because he misses the Yankees.
And you think he made the mistake of leaving?
Yeah.
And what's the big deal about that?
I feel like he's just an idiot.
For choosing the Mets?
Yeah.
And what do you think of the Boston Red Sox so far this year? Literally there are the three players that are really showing up and are doing amazing for them in spring training. Garrett Crochet, the pitcher, left-handed pitcher, that they got for a couple prospects from the Chicago White Sox. They got Garrett Crochet. He's doing amazing in spring training. Bregman's doing amazing. Roman Anthony's doing amazing. And Trent Thomason is doing amazing and leads spring training, all of spring training, with 10 home runs.
They're not doing that bad, I guess.
And what do you think the Red Sox need to do during the season to actually become an even better team, to show that they're a contending team?
Gotta play good and play hard.
And not cheat.
Yeah, I mean, they don't cheat at all.
True. And what do you think of how fans are now reacting that the Yankees are looking to trade for Jacob deGrom from the Texas Rangers or Sandy Alcantara from the Miami Marlins, who's a former NL Cy Young Award winner, to replace Garrett Cole just because he's injured for the year?
I mean, that's a good pick.
And Sandy Alcantara is a former Cy Young Award winner, and Jacob deGrom, formerly of the Mets, is a Cy Young Award winner.
Not bad.
And he's recovering from Tommy John surgery too.
Wow. So, like, a bunch of players are dealing with that same injury.
Yeah, he had it last year, I think. Or no, he had it the year before last year. So he had it in 2023.
All right.
And he came back last year and had a little bit of a better season coming back from injury. But also the Rangers are doing this with Jacob deGrom. They're thinking about letting him pitch every start, but give him an extra day rest.
Yeah.
To rest his elbow. What do you think of what they're doing?
I feel like that's a smart idea.
Because he's still recovering from Tommy John.
Yeah.
And what's your honest opinion on Jacob deGrom when he was with the Mets?
He was a great pitcher. I feel like the Mets should have kept him.
And you think they should have just given him a better contract? But
yeah, they should have.
Do you think the Mets were dumb to not sign him?
Yeah, pretty much.
And what do you think of Francisco Lindor that the Mets have got, Mark Vientos, and their whole team they've got better now?
They got really good picks this year.
And what do you think? Do you think Soto's going to have an okay season with the Mets?
I mean, it's whatever.
And what made you become a Red Sox fan?
I just love the rivalry of the Yankees and Red Sox. I was very fond of rival sports.
True. And what made you become a Mets fan?
Well, I went to my very first Mets game at age of 5, and I went to Shea Stadium.
Cool.
And I got lost in the parking lot at Shea Stadium, so...
Wow.
That was my very first baseball game. I got lost in the parking lot at Shea Stadium.
Wow.
Before it was City Field.
MLB Network just released their predictions on who could win the American League East. They just said the Yankees are predicted to win by 1 game, and they're saying the Red Sox second, Baltimore third, Tampa fourth, Toronto fifth. I'm like, okay, they got the first one right, the Yankees being in first, but I don't agree. I think Boston is a third-place team. I think the Orioles are a second-place team, and I think the Blue Jays are fourth and Tampa's in fifth. What do you think?
I mean, it's a good prediction.
Do you think the Rays have improved a little bit? Because they haven't been the same team since with injuries, but also even when they're all healthy, but they still have improved that they can be a contending team.
I agree with you on that one.
And what is your honest opinion on this? The Dodgers being favored to win the World Series again and be in the World Series against the New York Yankees again.
If that happens, that would be amazing.
Let's just hope the Yankees win it. And if you had to pick for AL MVP for the rest of the season, who do you think it would be? Between Judge, Cody Bellinger, and Adolis Garcia, and Yordan Alvarez, and Jose Altuve.
Oh, wow.
Who would you have to pick?
Altuve, I guess.
Altuve? He's a former MVP. And Judge is the reigning AL MVP. I would have to pick Aaron Judge because those two are honestly the best players in baseball. And I do want to say thank you for doing the sports interview.
Sure.
See ya.